Eric and I are in a pretty incredible location today. It's called the Line, or the Siegfried Line, as the Allies from World War II called it. And what it was, it's a bunker system made up with what's called dragon's teeth, that are these pillars that are coming out of the ground that could stop the Allied tanks from coming through. And over the course of time, thousands of soldiers and forced laborers died in this area and along the entire Siegfried Line. Now we're between Trier and Saarlouis and Saarbrücken. And this line at one point went all the way down from the Netherlands through the western part of Germany to Switzerland. Well, Eric and I are going to traverse this, and there's a lot of claims that is very interesting but also very sad. Because you think about it, in 1944, just before the war was ending, there was almost 20,000 forced laborers forced to come out here, mostly boys between the ages 16 and 18, to rebuild this and defend it. And the numbers are actually much higher than that from what I understand. And a lot of them died. A lot of them died rebuilding, and a lot of them died through the war itself and all the fighting. Estimated that the Allies lost nearly, or over actually, 250,000 soldiers taking the Siegfried Line, overcoming these obstacles. So the obstacles actually worked to a degree that the Allies had to use overwhelming force to break through, using infantry, and then later on making room for the tanks. And then later on, another panzer group from the Nazis came to retake the area, and countless numbers of Germans, military, civilians, died in this area as well. So one of the reasons why we're here, just looking at it alone, as you can see, it's just a haunting memory of that time here. And there are claims that people, what Eric and I like to do is we hit the bakeries usually before we come out to these sites. And in Germany, the bakery is the place to be in the morning. And you can talk to people and get some information. They see soldiers out here, and that not only do they see them from time to time like phantoms, but they also hear them. And they say that at night sometimes they hear phantom artillery from the tanks, from the Panzers and from the Americans, and they can hear the infantry coming through. So today Eric and I are going to walk this, and this kilometer of dragon's teeth has been excavated and saved so it can be visited in memory of not only of those who died, but of what transpired here as a whole, and what our ancestors, our grandparents, had to contend with, and how the war was. And if you just walk through here, it is absolutely haunting. I mean, I'm getting chills just in here, and I can understand why people claim, just look down there, that's just incredible. So I can understand why people claim that they see phantoms here, that they hear artillery, that they hear fighting at night, and they come through here. And another thing so they come through here and they try to find what's going on, because they say they hear people, so people have to be in here, and they don't find anybody. But what's really emblematic of the war is one of the things that General Walker and the soldiers complained about this area was the mud and how difficult the terrain was. And you can see that. And for a while, They had to dig foxholes here and live in this just to stay alive. I would prefer to call this a nightmare's alley. It even looks like a nightmare, if you ask me. This is horrid. Oh man, I just got chills right here. Oh my goodness. I was just standing here and suddenly I just got chills going up and down my spine. This is incredible. Wow. And this is a kilometer long, and I'm just barely 30 or 40 feet in. And I'm already getting chills, and I'm wondering if something's here with us. In all seriousness, over there in the woods, I don't know how well the camera's picking up on the woods over there, but the woods over there are really creepy. The mist, you can see it. Wow. This has got to be one of the spookiest locations I've ever been to. I mean, the conflict that must have erupted between the Nazis and the Allies, it's just unfathomable. It is genuinely a quagmire here. Wow. To be walking this battleground is so, I don't know, sorrowful, if that's even the right word. Oh wow, how are we going to walk through here? This is getting extremely challenging. Oh my goodness, no way. This is just all underwater, it seems like. Oh wow. Oh my goodness, this goes way, way back there. Oh man, try and get some shots of this swamp. Look at this. Wow, folks, just look at this. This is spooky as all get out. Okay, now we're really getting to the creepy area. Oh man. Oh my God, look at this, folks. This is, and look what we're crossing on. Whoa. I'm telling you to be careful, and look at me. Probably should not go this route, but I want to see what's over here. Oh wow. Oh my goodness, just look at that. I didn't expect this to be over here. One thing that it took so long to open this up, this line, it was open for the public to go through since 2017. But one of the reasons why it took so long they had to make sure, from what I understand, that there were no landmines. Which is a scary thought.
I mean, there's nothing, we're not in a time of conflict. There's no war here. But still, it's got that horrific feel to it. It's almost got its own level of horror that is constant and never goes away. So these, I think, are the portion that has not been excavated yet. And you think we should go down through it and check it out?
Yeah, sure.
I think so too. I think this would be more, give viewers an idea. Wow, that road over there is pretty loud. Again, I'm thinking that some of the sounds that they're hearing are just local sounds, that they're not necessarily, although look at that crow just land right in there, all creepy. I'm talking about how the local sounds like the highway and the ranchers, just as there's so many different sounds here that I think a lot of it is just natural and it's not necessarily, you know, like paranormal, you know. I think a lot of it can be explained, especially with this road right here. It looks like there's a major road right there, and that's pretty loud. Okay folks, so we are now in the portion of it that is not excavated, and so you could see what they had to go through to make that walkable where we just went through. You can see a lot of it still in mounds of dirt where it had once been covered. If you go through here, it's very, very difficult to get through, but I'm going to walk just a bit so you can see where we are here. Okay, so wow. And under this mound of dirt is still dragon teeth. I'm right in the middle of it. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Okay, I'm doing it. One. Did it. Awesome. Do we have to go back across?
I think so,
Oh,
because
man.
it doesn't look like there's much over here.
Oh, let's find out. Hopefully. Good. Cool. So, wow, you're right. We're in the wilderness now.
Now we're in the wilderness.
So is there still a path of any kind? Oh my goodness. What do we get ourselves into? So incredible. I don't even think of how it would be. Oh, look at those icicles. Didn't even see those. Wow. Okay, so I don't even want to think what it'd be like if this were to fall in on me. That would not be an enjoyable experience. Oh man, that's dangerous. If somebody were to come through that and then trip and then hit on that, that is, look at that, that is, man, that would definitely put an eye out. Oh my goodness. icicles. This is incredible. That's how cold it is out here. Here's another. Wow, it's just awe-inspiring. I mean, as horrific as this must be, at the same time, it's somehow awesome. You know what I mean, Eric? It's just, it's just wild. And it looks like, oh wow, this right here is a chimney. Can you believe that? So when this was a functioning bunker, they cooked and they had a vent. Wow, that was like their home. They stayed in that. That's just incredible. I'm just totally awestruck. Now I'll say this: when I went through it the first time, I didn't feel anything. It was normal. And then you came over, and I went around, and I saw that spike. There's a spike there. It's very dangerous. If you were to trip, it's all over but the crying. It can literally, you could literally fall into that spike. Anyways, when I was in there and I saw the icicles, man, I had such, not because of the icicles, but you know how cold it is right now. I was frozen stiff in there for a moment, to the point that I did not want to move. So far, it's just been absolutely insane out here. I mean, it's just mind-blowing what we have walked through today. I'm not a war buff by any means. I don't find joy in researching or even searching or exploring those type of locations. I find them to be, quite frankly, very sad and tragic. But we're here today, and mostly because of the claims that we were told about from locals in this area, and how they had seen soldiers out here and heard things out at night that made them think of conflict. Now, since Eric and I have been out here today, I have to say we heard a lot of things. Some things I wasn't able to explain or wasn't sure of, but other things such as the vehicles going by on the road, the tractor from the ranch, and other normal urban noises were explainable, but easily could be mistaken by anyone who might be a bit terrified or in a terrifying situation or be stuck out there, and it could be at night. Those noises, clearly, if you're a little bit lost and unsure, they could be considered paranormal, even though they're entirely normal for the area. So I won't say that those noises are what they're hearing. I don't know. But I can say that I think a lot of what we heard today was easily explainable. Now, for a few things that weren't explainable, like I did see a female figure walking through there. I'm going to watch the video footage back, but I don't know. And again, we're here during the day, so it is a lot different, I think, as far as the senses go. What you're hearing and what you're experiencing is completely different than what it would be in the dark at night. So it's been an incredible visit. Some things, yeah, definitely interesting as far as not clearly explainable. I heard something fall behind me or around me. Don't know what it was, or maybe, I don't know. There's horses over there at the ranch, so who knows what that could have been. Okay, so if you saw anything or you heard anything, comment, let me know. Especially if it's something I didn't mention while I was walking through and you saw something and I missed it, I would definitely want to know that, and I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed the video. Cheers.